Hi, I'm Corey, and today is day 9 of the 100-day project, and my version, which I'm calling 6 by 6 and 6. And my principle, if you're new to these videos, is just taking the 6 by 6 paper that we get in pads that we all have, and showing a whole bunch of different ways to use it. So 6 by 6, and theoretically in 6 minutes. I haven't even come close to that yet, but maybe today. Today was a crazy tech-heavy day, and that's not my favorite thing, so I didn't have time to make samples like I normally would. Your end project is going to look something like this. We use one piece of 6 by 6 paper, and it's going to be a 3-page pocket. In fact, I had a name for it. What did I decide to call it? A single sheet 3-page booklet. So it's 3 inches by 3 inches, which is approximately 7.6 centimeters. And you've got the cover. Again, I've got mine undecorated here, but envision, if you will. You've got a cover, you've got the first page, you've got a second page, and then you have your back page, which has got a tuck. So 3 pages. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I guess actually it's 4. This one's got a pocket on it. So maybe I should call it a 4-page booklet. And you've got a back cover and a front cover, and that's all there is to it. It could not be any easier. Anyone can do it, and it's great because you can easily put this size project in your planner, in your junk journal, in your scrapbook album, inside a card as a gift. You can do quite a few things with it, which is really nice because it's versatile and it's easy. So let me show you what you need to get started, and we will do this. You're going to need your piece of 6 by 6 paper, and a bone folder is handy but not essential. You will need a paper trimmer and a score pad or a piece of chipboard and a ruler. The unusual addition for today is washi. You will need washi for one step. You can use scrap paper, you can use fabric, you can use lace, you can use a lot of things. Washi is just the simplest. Ink, if you're going to ink up your edge, our handy dandy wet glue, and a circle punch if you are wanting to make this little divot. You don't have to make that divot, but it just delineates it as a pocket, and so it makes it easy to see. If you've got an oval punch, that works great too. The other thing that I highly recommend is some purple tape, some masking tape or painter's tape or something along those lines, because it makes the project go significantly more smoothly. So this is a great project if you have directional paper. I guess this is directional. If you've got a pattern on your paper that you want to go in a certain direction, this is a great project for that because you're not flipping anything over or moving anything upside down. It's all going to stay in the same direction. And because your book opens like this, your direction will be good. And you just decide which you want as your front. And actually, you don't even have to do that yet. You can decide that later. The only cut you're going to make in this, well, you're going to make one more later on, but I am going to turn this sideways because I want this to go along the front. I'm going to turn my paper sideways, and I'm going to cut it at 3 inches, which I said was 7.6 centimeters. So I'm cutting it there. So I should have 2 pieces that mostly match up at 3 inches each. And then I'm going to decide, let's see, this is the only thing that you really have to pay special attention to is whatever side is up, whatever face side is up is going to be the inside of your book. So like this would have been the face up. This would have been the face up when I made this little guy. And so some of your face up stuff is going to be tucked inside that pocket and it won't show. So you just decide, do I want this to be the front or do I want this piece to be the front? Whatever you want to be the front is going to have face down. So I'm going to do it just like this. And I think I like it, I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I like it like this. So I'm going to leave it like this. So you've got your 2 pieces of 3 by 3 paper. I'm sorry, 3 by 6. So 3 inches height by 6 inches width. And you are going to take both of those pieces and you are going to score them at 3 inches. So score 1 and score 2. And let's just fold those over. That whole hill and valley business, if you score in, you fold out. I don't know. It's easier actually if you score in, you fold out. Yeah, you fold out, which is more important with little edges, like if you're using a 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch for this particular thing. I don't know that it matters so much. Okay, and so face out is down. I'm going to lay these down, and this is where my purple tape comes in handy. I use the grids on my work surface to make sure these are straight because it's so much faster if these pieces are straight. So I'm using the purple tape in my grids to hold my paper in place. Now, I am not going to have these touch exactly. Let me see if I can zoom in just a tiny bit there. I hope I remember to zoom back out. I'm going to have just the itty bittiest little gap right there. I want to make sure they're straight. In fact, this one isn't, so that's one of the reasons I use the purple tape, because I do want them straight, because then when you fold them, they line up nice and straight. And I just want a smidge of a gap between the two, just like, whoops, sorry about that. Let's see if I can fix this darn thing. Sorry about that. Okay, just a little bitty gap, and I'm going to put my purple tape down. All right, then I'm good to go. I am going to take just a little bit of wet glue along each edge. And you know what? I shouldn't have put that purple tape quite that close. Move it over because the washi is going to go here. And then I'm going to take my washi, just a little bit longer than those two pieces. And I am going to use that guide on my desk to line my washi up so it's mostly even. This is going to be the outside of your book, but because of where the folds are, it's not going to show. And I just push it down. And then I move my purple tape. And I reuse this. I don't know. I stick it on top of one of the lamps that's over there. Here, I'll zoom back out. I reuse it and reuse it and reuse it because why not? Until it doesn't stick anymore. Okay, so I've got it where I want it. And I can fold it over because this is going to be the inside of my booklet. So these raw edges that you're seeing right here, these raw edges, they're not going to show. So we're good. Okay, so I washied it down. Now I'm going to flip it over. And if you were counting where we've got those score lines, you've got essentially 4 panels. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 panels. If you want to have that little lip, the 3rd panel is going to be your pocket. So you're going to use the top of that 3rd panel to make your little, I shouldn't say lip, little notch for your tab. And I did it just so you can see. And if I'm going to ink it, now is the time I'm going to ink it. And is that right? Did I do that right? Yes. Okay, good. So now I'm going to ink it. It's inked. And I am going to fold this over. So you've got score, score, and then where you've taped it together. You fold it in half. Sorry, about that. Let me try that again. I was out of screen. So you fold it in half where you've taped it together, right side over the left. And then you just fold back on your first score line. And use your bone folder here to make sure it's nice and straight. And then you take the second or cover flap and you fold it over one more time and you score that. This is where the little trim comes into play. And I don't have much on this one. Don't know how well you can see that. Normally, because of the way you score it, you've got a little tiny bit of a flap or a lip right here. And so I can't even say it's like an 1/8 inch or a 1/16 inch. Normally I would take off just a little itty bitty bit, but this particular one I didn't need to. I must have scored it off just a tiny bit. And you're almost done. It's that simple. And then last thing you do is put some glue. So if you're, again, your counting panels 1, 2, on your second panel on the right side of the score. So just inside the second panel, you're going to put glue along that, the left edge of the second panel and along the bottom. And that is going to create your pocket. So left edge and bottom, just a little bit of glue. And yes, I could clamp these and I could, you know, if I smear the glue, which I did here, I'll just wipe it off. That's the beauty of art glitter glue. And just hold it down until it's dry. You can also do this with single-sided paper. In fact, this sample that I made was single-sided paper. And I just inked up the edges because I was inking it. So the insides, which would normally be white, I just inked them up. And then the inside of my pocket here, I just inked the very edge of that pocket before I glued it down so that I could use my single-sided paper. And that's it. Your booklet's done. Now, obviously, I can ink the rest of it. I could put a little tuck spot or a pocket in here, or a note, or a flip-up envelope. Same thing over here, a pocket. I can leave it blank. You've got another, you've got some more real estate right here to add some things. You could do a double pocket right here if you wanted to, and you've got your top tuck spot. You can use a closure or leave it without a closure. A little paper clip would work, and that's it. You're done. Your four-page, one-sheet booklet. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.